And here we are again, Heroes of the Week. Hi, Noob. How are you today?
Hi, Janek. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling recovered. Yeah, I feel fresh actually. What about you?
Nice.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm all right. Ready to rumble.
Ready to rumble, huh? How about the
Yep.
viewers? I hope someone's watching us. Hope you guys are doing well.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's not beat around the bush and start the game.
Exactly. What's your team of the week, Noob?
Uh, it has to be Arsenal for the performance they had this week. Um I think um, I think they did a well 2-0 2-0 game. They had a good win against Leicester City, and I must say that it really helped us to get closer to the title,
Yeah.
considering the previous results. And this was our opportunity, and we pretty much nailed it.
We closed the gap a little bit.
We did.
Yeah. And made hopefully made Liverpool slightly more nervous. And a 2-0 win seems to be rather convincing, even though it came later late in the game, you could say.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Hmm.
it definitely counts, and I'm with you. So, who is your
What
hero
about
of the
you?
week, viewers?
No,
Okay,
wait, wait,
my hero.
wait.
Okay,
What's your team of the week?
team. I'm tired. I played pickleball for 3 hours today, man. I think maybe I'm a
Three
little bit.
hours. What?
It took
I think
took
you
took
should,
its took its
mate.
toll
I
on me.
think I think you should start playing cricket at this rate. Like, if you can
Yeah,
play pickleball for 3 hours,
yeah,
then feel free to
yeah,
join.
but I feel affected by it. My yeah, I'm really tired. I feel really exhausted. So my team of the week is Juventus Turin because
Good call.
they beat Inter Milan in Serie A, which is
Yeah.
always a huge match. Considering Inter Milan are fighting for the title, well, they also helped Napoli uh, by
To stay in the
making
race.
them drop 3 points like that, and themselves obviously they are trying to get into top four. Currently, they are sitting in that fourth position, but obviously it will be a battle with Lazio. Lazio, I think, are fifth. So
Mm.
yeah, why not Juventus beating
Yeah,
their rival 1-0? That
that's a good
definitely
call. I was really
counts.
shocked by the result because Inter Milan had the clear advantage to go past Napoli and put some pressure because Napoli has been on the top for quite a long time.
Mm.
And I think Inter Milan are not having a good form lately. And you can see that. I mean, they were pretty much outclassed by Juventus. I mean, the results, they
Yeah.
don't speak. The result doesn't
Well,
speak the whole story, but
I
yeah.
can tell you, I was checking the stats because I didn't watch the game, but it looks like Inter Milan had more possession, so they had 58% of the ball
Mm,
possession. However, Juventus had 8 shots on target,
yeah,
whereas Inter only two. So this looks like they deserved to win.
yeah, they did. Inter Milan. Wow, I mean, the Serie A table has definitely stirred up quite a bit now. I mean, things are becoming much more closer between the top four, five, let's say. I think it's like 10 points, are 10 points, the difference by 10 points. And I think even Napoli, if you look at the last few games, they haven't had much points, if you think of it. And it's high time something might happen at the end. You never know. Maybe Atlanta might clinch the title towards the end. But I feel like this time Serie A is going to go till the last day, till the last match.
It will go right down to the wire, as they say.
Mm,
Okay, well, now is the Hero of the Week segment.
mm.
Will we have the same one? I think we will. Shall we do it like last time? Count down? Let's count down, yeah? Three,
Okay.
2, 1. Miguel
Done it.
Merino. Okay, a different one. I
I,
had to give it.
I
Okay, I'll start.
purposefully changed it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You knew I was going to do it. I had
Yeah.
to give it to Miguel Merino, who is obviously an Arsenal player who scored a brace. He bagged 2 goals against Wolverhampton Wanderers, and he did so after coming on as a sub late in the game. I think maybe around the 80th minute,
Mm.
and
And he
that
played
is
as a striker. I mean,
he played a striker. That is a huge achievement, and he really delivered there,
Mm.
scoring 2 late goals and making the dream of winning that game for Arsenal a reality. And all the fans obviously sang na 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 Miguel Merino na 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 na.
Really?
I may be
I
out of
never heard
tune. I
that.
may be out of tune there a little bit. Yeah, so that's maybe why you did not recognize the the tune, but the chant.
Come on, I mean, you pretty much sing like Bedrich Smetana, if I'm not wrong.
Hmm. He was a composer, wasn't he? Not a singer. Never
I
mind.
guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, anyway, so that's a good call. Mikel Merino, 2 goals. I think he played really well. Like he played like a proper striker, like a header,
Mm.
a nice tap in. It was fantastic. But for me, it has to be Ethan Nwaneri
Well,
because
okay.
he was in the game 90 all the time.
Mm.
From the moment he started, he was there trying to, be the center of all the attack. He was a huge threat in the box. He
Yeah.
was trying to cross as much as possible to, create as many chances. And remember, he's a 17-year-old kid who plays originally as a midfielder, who was supposed to be a backup for Martin Odegaard, and for him to play Saka's position. I mean, those are some huge shoes to fill, and to play 90 minutes against Leicester City. Usually, such teams which are battling relegation, they go dirty way, they go the hard way. And yeah, I think he was really fantastic, and I
Is
think
he,
he
so
also won the match.
I think the man of the match went to Mourinho, but it doesn't
Really,
matter. Well, I at least on the television program I was watching it on,
yeah,
but
I saw a post by Arsenal, and it said that, and it was shown that the Premier League player of the match was given to Nwaneri. But yeah, I mean, it could have gone either ways, honestly.
it doesn't matter. But he is an academy player, right?
He is. He's an
And that's
academy
what I
player.
want to say. Like, I want to say that this is like kudos to Arteta for being able to implement these academy players, because it's not just him; it's Skelly, and
Mm.
it's they are playing really well.
I'm
Considering they
surprised.
are 17 and 18, they are really good. Like you don't get like these generational talents of the likes of Saka every
Mm.
single year, right?
They
More
have
often
got much
than
more,
not. Also, these
and I
players
must say,
find
mm,
it hard to make it into the team because obviously often you have to play the stars, the players that are on high salaries. So this is a big deal in my opinion, and I have to
mm,
say I'm very impressed by Arteta.
and not to forget, like they have got, I think, arguably much more pressure than I would say Saka and other academy players like Reece Nelson and Emil Smith Rowe. Why? Because Arsenal are currently battling for the title, and they're playing in the UCL, and those are some huge requirements and huge ambitions, objectives that Arsenal
Mhm.
have this season. I mean, back then our aim was only top four, and we were struggling with that. So I think it was much more easier for Saka and other academic players to play well, perhaps be more calm. But these kids, I mean, wow, it's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
they have
And
bright
I'm,
future ahead of them, I think,
yeah, not
because
to not to
they
forget that I think Ethan Nwaneri was, like, when he debuted, he was the youngest Premier League player to
mm,
ever debut.
mhm.
Uh, and I remember how much people were criticizing Arteta for, just putting a random player to create some
Taking
sort
a
of a
risk.
draw.
Like this is a
Yeah,
huge sounds like a
just
huge
to,
risk,
just
and
to,
no
just to be on
name
the
player,
headlines.
right? Someone nobody knows, but
Yeah.
sometimes it works. Yeah,
Even
if you get
Arsenal
it
players, they
right.
were like, he just wants to be on the headline, I guess, to do some
Yeah.
PR activity, I guess. But I mean, it turns
Mhm.
out to be super successful.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call it risk, because if you debut a player from the academy, I think it's a well calculated
Yeah.
move. Not
Well,
everyone gets the chance.
if it doesn't work, right? If you don't get the points or win, then it backfires. But in this case, it
Yeah,
didn't. So okay, let's
good call.
let's let's do a villain of the week now.
Who's your villain of the week?
My villain of the week.
Mm,
Well, I decided to give it to Ruben Amorin because
mm,
honestly, if you check his results and the points, how many points he has managed to collect, over the last 14 games in the Premier League, not just in the Premier League, but over his last 14 games, he got only one more point than David Moyes did with Everton in 5 games. Did you know that?
Mate, I was really shocked. I mean, looking at, I mean, I was like, okay, look at West Ham and look at United and then look at Everton. I mean, look how tables have changed. Like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to see United over there. I mean, I used to think like they would have a phase similar to Arsenal. Probably at worst they'll be finishing 10th or 9th. I mean, like,
They
oh,
are
what if
absolutely
if
awful.
they lose?
And
If they lose the next game, it's going to be chaotic.
and
There's going to
and
be
and they
wow,
lost the game. They lost the game that they couldn't lose. They lost the game against Tottenham.
yeah, against
So
Tottenham, which has been
so now
uh,
they are below
yeah,
Tottenham. They are in the 15th position. Tottenham is above them now. So
wow,
Amorim has to get the stick here because yes, I know it doesn't matter who goes there. They will all fail at the moment because it's just the structure there and
mm,
everything is just in a bad shape at
yeah, yeah,
Manchester United. Yeah, all
I
the
agree
fans
with
would
you.
tell you. And but I'm sorry, but like show us something at least, Amorim.
I mean, I agree with you with the results because it's Manchester United.
Excuse me.
They they you just cannot let them be in such position, and
Mm,
it's a fair call. But I remember listening to the latest interview, press conference from Amorim, and he said he was basically trying to say that forget about this season. We're gonna talk about we just have to somehow survive
yeah.
this season,
His
and
language, right? His language is
we,
so different from. It's like It's like for me, it's like the polar opposite of what the previous manager Ten Hag was saying. Because Ten Hag was like, he was like overly optimistic or overly confident, and
mm,
it wasn't backed up by any results, right? He had this arrogance about him that didn't make any sense. Because if you have to be arrogant, there has to be some evidence of why you should be arrogant, but there was nothing, right? And then you have this guy who is like, he is talking in a way that this is not even Manchester United, as if like, well, yeah, we just write the season off. We are so bad. We are the worst team of United in history, he said, or something like that. Like that's also for me, that's the other extreme that I'm sure some fans might not like that, right? So it's quite bizarre what's happening there at that club. To be fair,
yeah, I mean, it's just that it's unbelievable, like how we are still in the middle of the season. There's still time to recover. There's still
yeah,
time for a surprise, and usually it's the big teams that give off a surprise, because they are the teams that always stay till the end in
uh,
the competition. But United, they have just given up. They're
it's
already
worse.
preparing for the summer transfer window. They're already preparing for what's going to happen in the next 3-4 years, and yeah,
For me, like, what else could be a better measure of what's happening than losing to Tottenham, the team that can't win these days? So, like, for me, that says it all, really. That speaks
yeah.
volumes. So, Noop, who is your villain of the week?
I must say it's a usual suspect, and it's been a while since I've
Harry
said that.
Maguire. Is it Harry?
Oh, no,
No.
no, no. Let's leave that.
Michael Oliver.
It is Michael Oliver.
Very
And
easy to guess, I think, these
it's
days.
easy to guess these days, and
Just,
it's because of two things.
uh,
Starting with how he refereed during the Merseyside derby,
hmm.
and with the way he managed those players and unnecessary giving out unnecessary red cards. I think it
and
was really
and
harsh
and he gave a red card to Slot as well for shaking
after the
his
game,
hands. Right?
and it was after the game. It was not during the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The game had
He
ended.
shook
It
his
was the
hand. He
final
said
whistle.
something to him, something
Yeah,
sarcastic, and then he's like, red card.
yeah. I'm like, bro, when the match is over, it's over.
Yeah.
You are no more a referee. After that, you're a
No,
normal, average human being. You are just a,
he
my
he hurt his
opinion.
he hurt his ego basically. Yeah.
I mean, in my humble opinion, once the match is over, your job as a referee is also over. After that, you're just
You know,
a member of the FA. That's
yeah.
all.
You know what I've seen after that? I've seen another sort of footage from Manchester City game where Guardiola didn't win a game, and Michael Oliver was also the referee, and he did something similar. He shook his hands
Hmm.
and said something to him. It was very similar. Very unhappy.
Was it
Nothing
this
happened.
season?
I guess. I guess.
Because I remember Arteta, sorry, not Arteta, Guardiola. I remember him shaking hands with a couple referees a few seasons ago, and all he was saying was "thank you so much," because I'm sure deep down he wanted to curse a lot and say
Yeah.
stupid things, but all he said
Yeah,
was
but you know
"thank you
how he
so
can.
much, thank you so much."
But you know how he can do it. Like he can be very sarcastic. You know him from the press
Of
conferences and
course,
all.
of course, of
So he
course.
is like the most sarcastic person I know.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that unless this is some AI generated stuff, which it could well be, to be fair, it could be just an AI video, but it looks like basically there's no consistency from Michael Oliver. If he gives Slot a red card for that and Pep Guardiola gets away with
Mm.
it, well, I don't know. But
So
anyway,
yeah, that was my
yeah,
first. That was my first reason. The second reason was Arsenal are apparently Arsenal received some sort of penalty for the so-called event, if you remember, like when Miles Lewis Kelly was sent off
yeah,
during the FA Cup game, and when Michael Oliver he low-key admitted towards after the game, or there were people who were admitting that yes, that red card wasn't a red card, and it's not a good call. Even after that, currently, even after Arsenal getting knocked out of the cup, Arsenal recently received I think some 50, 60,000 penalty for their behavior
you
when
mean
Miles Lewis Kelly was sent off. Can you believe that? Even
he
right,
was fined. I can't. I don't
I
believe
mean, like,
anything
guys,
anymore. To be honest, I guess.
I mean, guys, like, how can you protect this guy? I mean, it's
No,
been a
he's
long
18 years
time.
old, and come on. Anyway, uh,
It's too much. Like, in my
the
opinion,
main problem is like the inconsistency. Probably they don't mean to do what they do. You would like to think so, that there is no corruption involved or something like that. You hope so. But the inconsistency and incompetence is just as bad. You know.
mm,
Whew. Anyway, hello. Thank
but
you very much for stopping by, Roger Federer, aka Giraj.
Dheeraj.
Giraj, it's good to have you here. And do you guys watch all the Premier League match? No,
Nah,
I usually watch like 1/2 games, usually Arsenal and West Ham, my two teams that I follow. Uh,
I just watch Arsenal games, and that too only if it's possible. Like, sometimes it's too late, sometimes I'm not, I'm busy with something.
the
But
thing
I do
is,
follow other games and I do follow
yeah,
some highlights, discussions.
yeah, and that's enough. And the thing is, like at the start of the season, when I have a lot of energy, and I haven't seen any games for a long time. Usually, I do watch other teams too, but like now that there's so much of football, it's too much. I can't handle it
Mm,
anymore. Yeah,
I agree with you. But
yeah.
thank you for your comment. We appreciate it.
And of course, this gentleman as well is saying hi to us. Thank you very much. Now,
Good
Tony, right?
evening.
I think it's Tony. I think Tony from
I
the
don't
Early
know,
Doors
but
Football TV, the West Ham fan.
I see.
He was on the Footglish podcast once. Remember? Yeah,
I don't remember. I mean, it's been
yeah,
a while since I've followed your
yeah,
Footdish
yeah, yeah.
podcast, but
Yeah, he has a
thank you
YouTube
very
channel.
much.
He has a
Mm,
YouTube channel about West Ham, basically. Yeah. So,
wow.
mhm,
Yeah,
nice one.
thank you very much for your comment. Good evening. Hope you are having a nice evening as well.
Yeah. Okay, so we are doing our takeaway of the week now, and just a disclaimer: we're not talking about spaghetti carbonara or pizza margarita or anything like that. It's not what you get and take away with you from a restaurant. This is about some key points that we noticed during the weekend. Our takeaways of the week. You go ahead first, Noob.
Uh, that's tough because I'm not really prepared for this question. But if I have to,
That's
I must say that Real Madrid, have been really agitated lately. They have been trying to put lots of pressure directly and indirectly on the referees
Mm.
because, and I think those decisions were fair. It's just that Madrid did not receive a penalty in like 10
Mhm.
games or like more than that. And suddenly they got injuries and they're playing midfielders and defensive midfielders as the defenders. And, naturally their defense will be weak. And, that led to them losing a player, drawing games, dropping points,
Losing
getting
patience, losing
losing
patience, and
patience, and getting some players sent off, some
mm,
players. And
mm,
because
mm.
of that, Real Madrid, including the manager, everyone has been just openly criticizing the referees. And I mean, no one is doing anything for that. They are not having a bad reputation. Players, the team has been, people are supporting them blindly. Nobody knows why are Madrid having such decisions. And I
I
think it's just because of, I think it's just, what is it called? I forgot the word for it, but they're just under pressure and, they're just talking nonsense just to, avoid the the criticism that they'll get from fans because of the
I
bad form.
at this point I have to say that personally I don't know enough about La Liga, and secondly we need to say that Nurup is a huge Barcelona fan.
I
So
am,
if he says anything bad about Real Madrid, please take it with a pinch of salt, everyone. Yeah.
yeah,
And he admits it himself even. I love it. Listen, this is what this show is about. It's about fun. We are just having fun. We are two friends just chatting about football. It doesn't have to always be serious and insightful and informative. It doesn't, and it isn't usually that. We're just having fun, and we are inviting you to come along for a ride, of course, and get involved here. So
what about
that's
you?
it.
What's your takeaway of
My
the week?
well, I'm gonna say Chelsea because they have been atrocious in the last 2 months. I have looked at their form table, and in the last 2 months, yeah, can you imagine how many games there have been? A lot in the 2 months because they are
Mm,
involved in all sorts of competitions.
mm,
They only won 3 games. Did you know that?
lovely. Wow,
Three
that just
games.
makes, that
It's just
almost makes my day. Almost that made my day.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
So
I just
so
love.
okay. I'm gonna give you results from the 22nd of December, and ending with the latest result, right? So Everton, Chelsea 0-0, Chelsea, Fulham 1-2, Ipswich, Chelsea 2-0, Crystal Palace, Chelsea 1-1. No win yet. Now Chelsea beat Morecambe. I don't know. It's some sort of Europa League game, Europa
Mm,
League or Conference League team. 5-0. Okay, that's a good win. Then Chelsea Bournemouth 2-2. Chelsea Wolves 3-1. Well done, Chelsea. Manchester City Chelsea 3-1. And we're talking about uh, out of form Manchester City here, right? That lost to everyone. Uh,
that was below Chelsea.
before that game, yeah. Then Chelsea, West Ham United 2-1. That's only because there's only one team that is worse than, honestly, both Tottenham and Manchester United, and that's West Ham United. So West Ham United lost this one to Chelsea. But then after that, Brighton Chelsea 2-1. That's in the cup. That's in the FA Cup.
That was a knockout.
And then Brighton Chelsea 3-0. So two back-to-back defeats to to Brighton, who
That's
in my
11 games.
a lot. In my opinion, Brighton are another underperforming team this season. So Chelsea, the team that everybody was um, had in contention for the title race this season, and at some point we were saying that they were playing the best football here. They have faded away.
I'm not
They are,
surprised.
yeah. I
It's just a
I
phase.
am.
And
Mm,
I remember listening to another press conference by Enzo Maresca, and he was saying that, well, the board, the club has given him, I think, 2 or 3 years where the aim has to be just to reach top four and maintain that.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think this season, I mean, the first half of the season, I think they were really lucky. And, it's the new manager, so it's the new manager syndrome or whatever you call it, the new hype. And I think it's just because of that they were lucky. And now the true colors are being shown. And I hope Chelsea fall much more further.
manager bounce. It's called, I think, the manager bounce.
Sounds-
Yes, but now they have to fight hard because obviously you have teams below them that want to slip into that top four. So obviously Manchester City definitely want to be there. Then Nottingham Forest are playing excellent football, and then you have Bournemouth playing amazingly. So Aston Villa don't want to give up yet.
There's Newcastle as well.
Newcastle as well. So if they continue with results like that, they will not make it. I'm just saying.
Well, I hope they don't. But yeah, what about you guys? Like, what's your takeaway of the week, or perhaps villain of the week? If you guys have any
Yeah,
opinions, please comment.
let us know. We can put your comments on screen. But Noop, what's yours then?
I already told you it's about. I
Did you?
I already did. It's about. Wait, I forgot. Oh, yeah, it was about Real Madrid. It was about Real
Yeah.
Madrid.
But you remembered that you'd said it. You remembered that you had said it, but you didn't remember what you said. Yeah. Whereas I remember, I probably remembered what you said, but I didn't remember that you said it. Anyway, it makes no
Well,
sense.
you asking me the question just gave me a shock.
No,
And
I just
forgot
wanted to
everything.
make sure. I just wanted to make sure we don't miss out. So that's okay. To be honest, I was just testing you if you were paying attention.
Oh, very much. Thank you very much.
Of course, yeah. You're very welcome. Always a pleasure. So the final segment is called Vocabulary of the Week. And this is a British phrase, which I quite like. And I remember when I was talking about my hero of the week, Miguel Merino, and I was also singing the chant, da, 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 Miguel Merino, still out of tune. And I said that he bagged 2 goals. So this collocation, to bag a goal, to bag 2 goals, it means you score 2 goals. It's another way of saying you score 2 goals. So to bag a goal, bag 2 goals. That's my phrase of the week, or whatever it's called.
Vocabulary.
Yep. And that's also the final part of this show, which has been almost 30 minutes long. Thank you very much, Noop, for participating today, for taking part. And
It's my pleasure, and thank you very much for being there, and thank you, listeners and commentators and viewers, for involving with us. We appreciate that. Please do not forget to share, comment, like, and just spread the channel. Perhaps,
spread the love.
spread the love, spread the game of football, and why not? Like you guys will be able to perhaps be next to us as well for a chat, for a discussion.
Yeah. Hey, join
A
us.
week more.
As long as your English is on a decent level, or you are a native speaker, we would love to have you here to give us your take on these segments.
And remember, guys, it's just a simple show.
We don't take it that seriously. And honestly, our picks sometimes I prepare like 5 minutes. Honestly, I don't know how long you prepare, maybe even less than me. But I don't take it that seriously. I was like, okay, who is my villain of the week? Who is my hero of the week? And then just the first thing that comes to mind, I'm just gonna go for that. I don't do like a extensive research or something like that. No. I had enough of that in my university. So thanks very much. I'm done with that. Thank God.
Yeah, likewise. I mean, it's football, so let's take things seriously. Let's not judge each other's opinions and stuff. Let's take it lightly. And as always, thank you very much.
Okay, everyone, cheers.